But Trump calls for credit card interest rate cap options for consumer if credit tightens. Amid a proposed 10% interest rate cap on credit cards, here are additional ways to secure funding. I got to ask you a question. Put in the chat for me right now. If you have a credit card, just put me inside the chat. If you have a credit card, if you currently have a credit card, put me inside of the chat. Put me inside the chat. On January 9th, President Donald Trump shares a message on Truth Social calling for credit card interest rate cap starting January 20, 2026, just 11 days after posting. His proposal would cap rates at 10%, a promise he promoted during his 2024 campaign. While this idea of capping credit card interest rates has garnished a little bit of support in the past, some experts and industry groups warned of its potential impact on borrowers with lower credit scores. Not only would implementing a large-scale cap on all credit cards interest rates within a short window be incredibly difficult, but there is also no immediate legal authority to do so. The most likely path will be through Congress passing legislation, which hasn't happened and is unlikely to be completed by January 20th deadline. So, y'all, I really want to break this down for you all this evening because I think a lot of people need to understand what's happening here. All right. What's the hype and what you need to know and what you need to do right now? Because waiting on politicians to fix your money is not a wealth strategy. I told you all, Donald Trump said a while ago that he was going to be giving away $2,000 in stipend checks for, and I saw a news brief, and he was asked, hey, what about the $2,000 stipend checks? He asked the question, when did I say that? They had to remind him of when he said it. They had to remind the president of the United States that he said he will be giving American people a $2,000 check. When they reminded him, he said, we should have that by the end of the year. Move on to the next question. This is why I'm always saying, do not allow the White House to control your house. Do not wait for the White House to better your own house. Because here's the deal. President Donald Trump, who I respect as my president, has floated the idea of a 1-year cap on credit card interest rates at 10%. As of November 2025, the average credit card rate is 22.3%. Y'all, I want to put this in perspective. 10 to 12 years ago, a decade ago, it was less than 14%, right around 13% was the average rate. Rates have shot up because of high delinquencies and the Federal Reserve's elevated rates, which are still at 3.5 to 3.7% even after 3 cuts last year. Trump is saying, if you read throughout the entire article here, I mean, it's a pretty lengthy article. Trump is saying that he wants the cap that starts January 20th. But here's the truth. The president can't do this alone. Congress would have to pass a law. Similar bills have stalled for years. Banks and industry groups are already warning that a cap would devastate families and small businesses and would likely push people toward more expensive, less regulated alternatives. Now, that doesn't really matter for my group because, we believe in financial freedom. We believe in being debt free. Although you have a credit card, you subscribe to my message because you believe in being financially free. So I want to get real for you all and really break this down. And really, 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 really break this down. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Because I think this is extremely important for us to have a conversation on. Extremely important for us to have a conversation on. Extremely important. Okay? If a 10% cap happened, I'm pulling up my notes. Hold on a minute, y'all. There we go. I'm pulling up my notes, y'all. Forgive me here. If a 10% cap happened, who benefits? Who benefits? Let's have a conversation. People with good credit and access to new cars might see lower rates, but banks would tighten approvals, raise fees, and cut rewards. If your credit score is under 650, you might get shut out completely. Subprime borrowers could lose access to credit or face new fees. Now, banks will always protect the profits. They will always protect the profits. If they lose income, they'll make it up with higher annual fees. Now, let's say, for example, for those who are trying to get credit cards, they will also come up with stricter approvals and less generous rewards. I want to ask this question to start. Drop a 1 in the chat if you think a 10% cap would help you. Drop a 1 in the chat if you believe a lower interest rate on your credit card, if you have a credit card, will help you pay off the credit card. Or drop a 2 in the chat if you're saying, no, I just need to get rid of the debt, period. 1 is, I need a lower interest rate. 2 is, you know what? I just need to pay it off because I really do believe that it could make things worse. I see a lot of 1s. I see a lot of 2s. I see a lot of 1s and I see a lot of 2s. Okay. All right. All right. All right. If you have any questions, I want you to put them inside of the chat right now. What's your biggest question about credit card debt right now? Let's talk about it inside of the chats. Let's talk about it inside of the comments. I really want to talk for the next 10 minutes and I'm going to get up out of y'all's way because I have class tonight. As you all know, I am getting rid. I am not getting rid, Lord Jesus. I am completing my doctorate degree, and I am in class on this evening. So I'm really, really, really excited about. I'm really, really, really excited about that. I really am. So we're gonna get to it. I want to go over 3 things that you can control. What are things you can control right now? 3 steps that you need to take right now if you're in credit card debt. If you are at a point to where you're like, you know what? Man, they keep saying they're going to, forgive my student loans. They keep saying they're going to give us a check. They keep saying they're going to create more jobs. They keep saying they're going to, do this and do that and do this. And out of 100% of what the government says, let's really look at it, maybe 15% happens. And here is the truth. We cannot wait on Congress. We cannot wait on the president. I don't care if Barack Obama was back in the White House. I can't wait on my favorite president thus far since I've been living for 41 years. I would definitely say my favorite presidents have been Barack Obama, and Bill Clinton, and even some of Bush. I was actually a fan of some of the things that Bush did. But even those three being my favorite presidents, I can't wait for them. I will not wait for them. Because the only house that I can control, the only house I have power over is my house. The only house I need to worry about is my house, not the White House, not what Donald Trump is saying. Because respectfully saying this as I mean this, I mean it was alarming for me to hear the president say, "Wait, I said that I'm going to give you a $2,000 stipend check for tariffs." It was super. I'm like, wait, wait, wait. We all heard you say that you're going to be giving $2,000 back. And then for him to say, when did I say that? Then for the news reporter to remind him of what he said, then he comes back and he says, oh, okay, it happened towards sometimes the end of the year. You know, we're making a lot of money with tariffs. Oh my. I'm like, okay, all right. So that was just confirmation. That was just confirmation that we have to take control of our own thing. Own thing. The article even says that the rate cut could also have some pretty negative consequences for those with lower credit scores. If the interest rates are capped, banks could stop offering credit products to those with poor credit scores, potentially forcing consumers to turn to less secure and more expensive routes. If the credit gets tighter, people will have to take out HELOCs. HELOCs, home equity line of credit, which is horrible. Take out personal loans. Start charging more in their debit card. Start pulling from their emergency fund. Which for me, I don't have a problem pulling from my bank account or my emergency fund. I'd rather pull from that than I would a credit card. But there's three things I need you all to really, really focus on. And I honestly did these things. Here's step number one when it comes to credit. I've had a new thought around credit. I used to teach you all have a zero credit score, and a credit score is a I love debt score. And I still somewhat, I'm like 80% there. But here's what I also know with my vehicles. I'll never forget this, man. When this happened to me, I said, "Whoa, I'm teaching this a little bit wrong. I'm teaching this just a little bit wrong." I had a zero credit score when I opened up my account with State Farm. When I got my exotic cars, my luxury cars, I went from paying $200 a month to $1,250 a month. I went car shopping after I got my credit score back up because my mortgages was now on my credit. So I got an 800 credit score. And when I went back to get a quote, Allstate came back and offered me a payment of $650 a month for three cars. I said, whoa, 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 whoa. So for me to make sure that this was happening, I literally said, hey, I called them. I said, well, wait, what's going on? And they literally told me it's because your credit score is better than what it was when you first signed up. So watch this, y'all. Um, um, this 6 months, my credit score, watch this, my credit score is still high. And I said, you know what? Let me go back to State Farm and see if I can get a cheaper one. Tell me, why did they give me a quote for $542? Because I worked on my credit, because I got all the negative things off my credit, because I put nothing but positive things on my credit. I use companies like Kickoff, like Dovely, and my mortgage payments. I did an actual credit repair. I got negative items off that was in collections that I paid off. I got even old late pays that were still on my credit report. I hired a credit repair company to get that off so that way I can get into the mortgages because I paid off the debt, but it was still a negative on my credit report. That's the very first step I need y'all working on this year in 2026. If your score is holding you back, I need you to get it fixed now. The lower your score, the higher your rates, right? I've the hor I can say the horrible, the lower and well, let's leave it there. The lower your score, if you got a 500, if you got a 400, if you got a 600, you are going to be paying a lot of money in interest when it comes to getting a mortgage. This is not about you getting a car loan. This is not about you getting a credit card. No, this is about how do I set you up to purchase assets like a mortgage, like real estate, right? How do I get you in a good position to where you can purchase that real estate property with the lower score? With the lower score. How many of you all put me in the comment section and put me in the chat if this is you? How many of you all would like to get some negative things off your credit report, whether it's late pays, maybe you have a collection on there, maybe you have some medical bills on there, maybe you have some late pays on your student loans. Some of us even got some repossessions. I had a repossession. Now I'm gonna sit here and lie to you all. Repossessions. If that's you, so you know what, Anthony? I would love to figure out a legit legal way to get some negative marks off of my credit report in the year 2026. Putting me in the comment section right now. Putting me in the comment section right now. If that is you, I want you to do this right here. All right. Hold on. I got you. I got you. I'm gonna help y'all out. This is what it's all about in 2026. Boy, I can't even wait. Here we go. If you want to get your credit fixed, if you want to get your credit fixed legit, I'm talking about we're gonna go in there and we're gonna legit and legally get late pays off your credit report, get delinquencies off of your credit report, and even get some of the collection items that you paid off, but maybe that you settled in full off of your credit report. I want you to go to anthonyoneal.com/credit help. When you go there, this is what's going to come up. Let me pull up the screen so you all can see. Here's my suggestion. Here is my suggestion, y'all. If I'm you, this is the one that I used about 3 years ago, Credit Saint. I've heard some good things about Lexington Law. I've heard some amazing things about Sky Blue. I've actually had preliminary conversations with just some of the reps over there. But this is the company that I personally use, Credit Saint. And they don't do anything illegal. And they're very honest and transparent with you. Like they're going to tell you, hey, after looking at your credit report situation, here's what we're going to do. But here's what I love. Over 10,000 Google reviews, and they got a 4.8 stars. So they're 2 points away from a 5-star. And we all know in the credit industry world, man, this could be a very scammy world. A very scammy world. But if let me be honest with you, fam. If you're tired of waiting for politicians to fix your debt, if you're waiting for, for you to make a year's worth of good payments to see your score go back up, I want you to take control today. I want you to check out one of these partners. You don't have to choose my favorite one, the one that I personally use. I'll be honest with you all. I have not talked to the credit pros. I have not talked to them, but I have talked to these 4 representatives, and I've gotten a good feel for them. Out of talking to all 4 of these, want to be transparent, I have not talked to the credit pros. This is my favorite one, only because I use them, and they did remove 2 negative paid off collection items that I did have on my credit report. This was a few years ago. And so I would highly recommend you all use Credit Saint. Go to anthonyoneal.com/credit help. The link will be inside the show notes. And you can click on it from there. But I really want y'all to do that. Now, here's step number 2. All right. Here is step number 2. Y'all, you got to start working the debt snowball. Let me pull up this free ebook for you all. All right, there's really no shortcuts to getting out of debt. The only shortcut that you have to getting out of debt is you got to pay off your debt. All right. So if you go to anthonyoneal.com, click on free tools. Once you go to anthonyoneal.com, I want you to click on free tools. This is going to come up, this handsome man right here smiling in your face. You can have access to all these tools, but specifically, I want you to come over here to the ultimate guide to debt payoff. This is a 100% free 50-page ebook. Inside of this ebook, I'm giving you practical steps towards financial freedom. I'm going to show you how to call bill collectors, how to negotiate a lower payment. I'm going to show you how to avoid collection calls. I'm going to show you how to honestly work the debt snowball and to line up all your debt from smallest to largest. This is 100% free. If you want to do it yourself, you got to start with small balance. You got to pay it off and then roll that payment into the next one. Progress is power. Here's a quick example. Say, for an example, you have 3 credit cards: a $200 credit card, a $500 credit card, and a $1,000 credit card. You're going to pay off the $200 one first while making the minimum payments on the $500 and the $1,000. Once you pay off that $200, you're going to take that payment, put it on top of the payment you were making for the $500, and you're going to roll that over. That's, in a basic way, the debt snowball. But this ebook is going to teach you every single thing you need to know. All you have to do is go to anthonyoneal.com, click on free tools, and it's going to be right there. Now, some of you all have been asking me, well, Anthony, with this new Trump thing, he's talking about credit cards. Man, I have so many credit cards, Anthony. I'm working a debt snowball. But how can I? How can I get out of debt quicker? It's easy. It's real easy. Number one, stop swiping your credit card. Number two, start working a debt snowball. Number three is if you're drowning in high interest debt. High interest debt. You don't have to wait for the White House to save you. You got to have a plan, and you got to work the debt snowball to the T. Got to work that snowball to the T. When I'm doing my lives, I'm going to have my team come to the house and hook up my iPad. I'm going to have it here, but I don't know how to hook it up. I want to start really giving you all solid examples on how to really do this thing. I'm gonna start drawing on going back to drawing and really teaching, because I really want to show you all how to really do these things, man. But I've been so busy lately working on something that is special, working on something that is just absolutely special. But let me pull the screen up so I can let you all go. But man, y'all, listen, I would highly recommend to some people, if you have more than $15,000 in debt, I would highly consider looking into a debt consolidation company. You see, a debt consolidation company can lower your payments and help you get out of debt faster. A debt consolidation company can call the companies, tell them, hey, stop calling their jobs, stop calling their cell phones, and we're going to settle this thing for 40% less. So, say, for an example, let's say you have a $5,000 credit card that's going to collections, and you just don't have the financial means to really take care of it. Well, if you hire a debt consolidation company, they can call that company and say, you know what, I know that they owe you $10,000, but we'll give you $5,000 in one lump sum. You have to forgive the other $5,000, and you have to report it settled, or sometimes they may even force them to report it paid in full in their credit report. But here's the strategy. You settle it with the debt consolidation company, or you pay it off and settle it yourself. And then after that, you go to the credit repair company, have them get that off your credit legally, ethically, and morally, right? If they could do it legally, ethically, and morally, which is why you got to have the conversation. But if I'm you all, I'm seriously looking into and applying for some of these debt consolidation companies to see if they can help. Man, listen, my grandmother used to always say this: you have not because you ask not. And so I would highly recommend for some of you all to go to anthonyoneal.com. Let me see if my team updated anything else before I recommend that, because I like to make sure that I am giving you all what I believe in. Okay, yeah, so they did the right thing. All right, cool. They did not update it without me knowing. So I just want to make sure. If you go to anthonyoneal.com/debt relief, again, that is anthonyoneal.com/debt relief. I've been hearing real good things, y'all, about accredited debt relief. I'm not gonna lie to you. My choice is freedom, but I've been getting a lot of emails about accredited debt relief. My suggestion is just click on Get My Rate, fill out the application. It's going to take you maybe 5 minutes. Be honest about your situation. Do not lie, because they're going to call you, set up an appointment, and they're going to walk through it with you. They're not going to ask you for your social security number. They're not going to ask you for, your information yet. They want to just know basically on what you said is this accurate information. And based on that, they'll tell you up front before you give them social, before you give them any kind of payment or anything. They will tell you up front if they can help you. Here's what I love about them. Look at this. 100% free consultation. Watch this. No upfront enrollment fees. So they only get paid when they get your debt lowered. And when they get your debt lowered, you just roll that inside the debt snowball. All right. Listen, I would honestly look into those companies. This thing that Trump is doing, I'm going to be coming on here. I'm going to be coming on here, and I'm going to be giving you all everything that I possibly can. Everything that I possibly can. But I just want to be honest with you all, man. How do I say this? How do I say this? How do I say this? Hmm. How do I say this? How do I say this? How do I say this? Y'all, we we cannot, what's the word I'm looking for? How do I say this? Because I want to make sure I say it correctly. uh I will always respect President Donald Trump. Don't agree with a lot of things that he says, but any sitting president of the United States, I will always respect. But I will not expect them to fix my house. I think one of the biggest problems that we have as individuals, as human beings, is we're looking for someone else to fix the mess that we put ourselves in. I'm gonna say that. We're looking for mom, dad, husband, wife, family member, job, boss, president, White House, Congress, government, IRS to fix the issues that we created. We swiped the credit card. We took out the student loans. Watch this. We agreed to the interest rate of the student loan. We agreed to the interest rate of the credit card. No one misled us. We agreed to all of this. We knew we were signing a 22.25 or 28% credit card interest. We knew it. But we didn't do the math. We didn't do the math until after we put $5,000 on the credit card and we saw that we made a payment of $200, but it still didn't go down. Now we want to scream this is highway robbery. Now we want to scream for President Donald Trump to go ahead and lower this interest rate down to 10% after we signed up for it. The greatest enemy to our success is our excuse. It's our excuse. It's who we are. Donald Trump, the White House didn't make us get into credit card debt. Watch this. I hate to say it, y'all. So many of my peers in the debt-free space get upset at banks. And I'm like, well, why? Why are you upset at a bank? They're not forcing anyone to do this. They're creating a product and people are signing up for it. It is a business. Every business is in business to produce income and to make income. So if the bank loans you $5,000, you best believe they're going to charge you money because they need to make income. It is my dumb behind fault that I signed up for a 28% credit card when they told me up front how much the credit interest was going to be. I can't be mad at them. But here's where we mess up at. Oh, I'm just going to use it for emergencies. Oh, I'm just going to swipe my card today, put gas on it, and I'm going to pay it off before the end of the month so I don't pay any interest. Then what happens? Life hits. Then what happens? You get the bill. The minimum payment, you charge $500 on the card this month, but the minimum payment is only $50. Well, I'll just pay the $50. Then next month, I'll pay it off. Oh, you know what? Here's the next month. I'll just make the minimum payment of $50 again. Then next month, I pay it off. Then you know what? That thought process, you look up a year, you still owe $500 because you only been paying $50 because of that 28% interest. Watch this. Some of y'all paying interest and not receiving interest. Uh-oh. Some of y'all paying 20% interest and not even receiving 10, 15% interest. Some of y'all are paying 22% interest, but not even getting 5% on your money that's sitting inside your savings account. Yeah, I said it. I said it. I said it. But then yet we want to scream and say this is unfair and this is highway robbery. For the last 10 years, I've been pleading people, yo, get your money out of a traditional savings account and get into a high yield savings account. But I guarantee you, 50% of you all who are watching this right now haven't even opened up a high yield savings account yet. Why? Because, oh man, I don't have time, or I forgot. Or watch this, or you said, I'm going to do it next month, or I'm going to do it when I get paid. No, daggone it. Wealthy people take action. Minority people talk too daggone much. And when I say minority people, I'm talking about the average middle class individual. We keep talking and keep saying what we're going to do, and we do not take action. Wealthy people say, you know what? Okay, I can't do it today, but what action steps can I do today to get the process started? Because they know the power of taking action. Oh my gosh. Y'all gonna get upset with me. Y'all gonna get upset with me, but watch this. You take action to fill out the credit card application. You take action to fill out that Affirm application. You take action to fill out that car loan application. You take action to fill out that store credit card. You take action to fill out that personal loan. But you can't take action for 5 minutes to go look up a credit repair company, to go look up a cheaper car insurance, to go look up a debt, to have a conversation with a debt relief company that can help you get out of debt. You can't take action to get you 5% interest compared to 0.05% interest. Oh, I'm sorry. Some of y'all say, you know what, Anthony, 5%, that's not a lot of money. I only got $1,000 in there. Well, 5% is better than 0.05. $20 is better than 20 cents. We have to. Thank you. Thank you, Jennifer. Let me see if I can put that up on the screen. Let me see if I can put that up on the screen because Jennifer over here talking. Where's Jennifer at? I'm about to put Jennifer up there. Yeah. Put that up there. Jennifer says, what did she say right there, y'all? You can't keep blaming others because of our choices. She's guilty too. Check this out. I was guilty too. Listen, man, listen. Some of you all need to open up a high yield savings account today. Today. Some of you all need to move your money from a traditional bank account, get it out of daggone Bank of America, Truist Bank, Wells Fargo, and credit unions. Put your money, put your hard-earned money into a high-yield savings account. If you work hard, daggone it, your money needs to be working harder than you. Your money has to be working, if not just as hard as you, it needs to be working harder than you. Let me put the link inside the chat for you. Get your money out of Fifth Third. I'm sorry. Let me stop yelling at y'all, man. Y'all don't deserve that. I just get so passionate about this, man. All right. Go to anthonyoneal.com/savings. All right. Let me pull it up. anthonyoneal.com/savings. All right. Let me pull this up for you. All right. Boom. There you go. SoFi is my number one, man. But we have, they added a new one today, which is not, it's not a bad one, right? You earn 3.85% APY. No minimum deposits are required or account fees. All right. And here's what I do like about Forbright Bank: unlimited transfers. So Forbright Bank and SoFi has unlimited transfers. But what I like about SoFi Credit, SoFi, their high yield savings, you get 4%, right? And you get up to 2 days early on your paycheck when you open up the high yield savings and their checking account. I like what L. Williams said. Let's have a conversation about this, L. Williams. Let's have a conversation about this. Let me bring this up. Go to anthonyoneal.com/savings, y'all. Go to anthonyoneal.com /savings. I want to bring up L. Williams' comment. Let's have a conversation about this. L. Williams says, depending on the amount you have in the bank and you do a high yield account, you can live off of the interest made off of the account to pay your bills. The key is to make your money grow. All right, so let's have a conversation about this. I don't want to knock L. Williams, but I do want to have a transparent conversation. Remember this. Okay, remember this. Your savings account is not an investment account. All right. So to live off of your high yield savings, you need to literally have millions in the bank. Millions in the bank. I have $100,000+ sitting inside my high yield savings. That money is going to draw me anywhere between $500 to $800 a month, depending on what the payout is that month, right? That's not enough money to live off of. All right. But it's a lot of money to be getting for my money just sitting in an account, when if I would have parked it in Truist, where my business account is and my personal checking account is, right? I did the math. I'm making in between $500 and $800 a month on my high yield savings, parked at SoFi. And if I would have went to Truist, watch this, that same money is making $500 to $800 a month, would have been making about $50 to $80 a month. And remember, this is not, APY is annual. It's not monthly. So the strategy, let's talk about this, L. Williams. I love this concept. I love this concept. The strategy is to put your 3 to 6 months of net pay inside of a high yield savings for an emergency. Allow your money to sit there and to continually grow. Because watch this. Oh, this is so good. I'm going way over my time, but this is good. Let's say you got $10,000 in there, and then this month you made, let's say, $100 on the money, or let's say you made $50 on the money. Well, now you got $10,050. Well, $10,050 is going to be compounded next month. That's just for the savings, right? But now let's have a conversation. How do you live off of your investments? Well, you don't put all your money inside of a high yield savings. You put that money inside of a good brokerage account. You put that inside your 401ks, your IRAs, a good index fund, a good ETF, a good mutual fund. You invest that money, because now we're going to go from a 4% APY to now maybe a 10% annual per year. But like in the year 2023, 2024, man, our money made 24%. I made 5 figures on my money invested. My money, shoot, what's in my account right now, what's in my portfolio, and I also use SoFi Invest as well for my brokerage account. Man, my money, I don't want to lie to y'all, man. I haven't even I need to remember the math. But what I invested is more than triple of what I personally put inside of it. I think it's like almost up to six times what I put inside of it. Because I'm consistently putting my money in, I'm investing my money, I'm living below my means. I have a fully funded savings account. My credit score is good, so I'm not maxing out on interest on my my mortgage payments. I've invested into real estate. I've invested into land. I have no consumer debt. Now I'm able to invest more inside of, my index funds and my ETFs like VOO. I'm able to every single month see my money elevate and just go higher and higher and higher every single month. I get excited when I see it going up. I even get excited when I see it going down, because I know people are going to be selling their stocks and pulling stocks out. That's when I know it's a discount. So I'm buying more stocks then. I'm buying more stocks then. What brokerage accounts do we have? Let me make sure they didn't update. Hold on. My chair turned on, y'all. I'm sorry. Um, okay. Okay. Here we go, y'all. Here we go. Check this out. Here are the brokerage accounts that we have. We just added let your earnings age like fine wine. The Vino Vest and app. I use SoFi, which is why this is our number one choice. I have had a lot of people go to Robinhood and to Acorns. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you all. If you all see, I know I used to go real hard for Moomoo, but unfortunately, I do not. I think that Moomoo is a good app, right? But I also believe that it is an app hard to understand. So I personally invest my money with SoFi Invest and then with my financial advisor. So if you go to anthonyoneal.com/SoFi Invest, not SoFi, anthonyoneal.com/invest. Here's why I like SoFi. You're gonna get up to $1,000 in stock when you open up and fund a new account that's active. You can buy a fraction of a company, fraction of a share for $5. But a lot of these companies are offering something similar, right? Now, they're not giving you $1,000 in free stocks. That's why I opened up with SoFi Invest. But these other companies are just as solid, right? Just as solid. The only IRA with the 1% match. So Robinhood can give you an IRA with 1% match. So here's something. If I was you, I would open up a SoFi account, get a good index fund, then come over to Robinhood, open up an IRA, and get you a 1% match. Why is that so important? Let me tell y'all why that's so important, y'all. Let me tell you why that's so important. Because most companies give you matches up to 4%, up to 3 to 4, sometimes even 5%. So you're trying to tell me Robinhood's gonna give me 1% match on the money that I invest? Oh, I'm running the play. Listen, I'm using multiple companies to benefit me. Okay, I'm gonna open up the account over here at SoFi, get me an index fund with SoFi. Then I'm gonna go over to Robinhood and I'm gonna get me a IRA because they're giving me a 1% match. Well, why would I open up an IRA with SoFi Invest if they're not giving me a 1% match when I can get a 1% match with Robinhood? So I'm gonna open up SoFi, get up to $1,000 in free stocks, Put an index fund, boom, run the play. Then I'm gonna go to Robinhood, open up an IRA, which I highly invest. Everybody and their mama needs a Roth IRA, right? And have that invested into a good mutual fund. Now you're getting a 1% match. Do you see how wealthy people are thinking? We're strategizing what is the right strategy to have my money to start working for me long term. I'm going to use this company for their strengths. I'm going to use that company for what they're offering in their strengths. You know, I'm going to use this money for this company's strengths and what they're offering as well. And I'm going to get this, divide my money up between those two and watch my money work hard for me based upon what companies are offering. Yeah, Jamie, I'll do that right now. Open up an investment account today. I was on the news. I just put it in there, Jamie. I just put it inside the chat. I'm gonna pin it. I'm gonna replace the pin, and I'm gonna get up out of here, y'all. I was on the news this morning, and they said, Anthony, they asked me, man, you've been able to build, a good portfolio. You've been able to build a solid situation. What do you think? What is one thing that separates you from where you were as a middle class individual to being within the top 10% of American people when it comes to your net worth? And I said, it's simple: habits. I don't allow my excuses to get in my way. I create habits. I create healthy habits. And I do what I say I'm going to do. I've stopped saying I'm going to do it. And I just say, you know what? Let me stop and do it right now. If you say, you know what, I'm gonna open up an investment account, go open it, go open the account now. Don't put any money in it. Create the habit, build the muscle memory. Prime example. Watch this. Oh, this is so good. I went up to my golf coach right towards the end of fall. It started getting cold. And I'm not a pro. He teaches like college players, high school players, professional players, right? I said, hey, man, next year I want to be shooting in the low 80s, high 70s every single day I get on the golf course. I'm tired of shooting in the high 80s and sometimes in the 90s. No, I want to dial in my game. So I want to commit to you. I keep saying I'm going to get better. But I say, I'm going to commit to you on the off season when no one's playing golf, when no one's really practicing, when no one's being uncomfortable and just practicing their swings inside their house. I'm going to come to you every 2 weeks and I'm going to be dialed in with you because I want to be better come April of this year, 2026. And I have not missed a lesson because I'm creating the habit. I'm doing what I say I'm going to do. So this way, when I show up in April and I get back out there on the golf course with my buddies, with business partners, with business associates, with celebrities, man, I'm playing the best. Why? Because years ago, when everyone else was saying they're going to get better or, they'll wait to the new season or they're making excuses, I wasn't making excuses. I created a habit. And what happens? What happens when you just start creating habits, it just naturally starts happening. And let me kind of be honest with y'all, and I'm done. It sucks. It sucks. Because what I'm doing right now doesn't feel comfortable. It doesn't feel right. I'm having to work out differently and I'm having to stretch different muscles and it feels uncomfortable. But here's what I know. It's only uncomfortable today. But if I'm not willing to be uncomfortable, if I'm not willing to be uncomfortable and create a new standard of excellence for me, I'm never going to get to where I want to be. And come April, what was uncomfortable in January is going to become the norm and it's going to become very, very proficient and the best thing for me to be the best person on the golf course. And the reason why some of y'all are struggling and living paycheck to paycheck today is because you're not willing to be uncomfortable. You're not willing to say no to this so you can say yes to this. You're not willing. for 3 months, for 6 months, for a year, to change your spending habits, to create new habits that will bring financial freedom. So listen, I'm done. I'm gonna get up out of here. I got class in 8 minutes. I got class in 8 minutes. I'm gonna highly encourage you, for all 400 of you all watching right now. I know Donald Trump is saying he's going to get credit scores down and he's going to do this, he's going to do that. Listen, man, if our president does that, man, salute to him, salute to Congress. I'm with it. But daggone it, we can't wait for the president of the United States of America. We got to do our thing. We have to do our thing. So listen to me. I gave you some resources. Let me go through all of them one more time. And I'm just going to just leave it up to you. You can take action, or you can keep saying, I'm going to do it later. I would encourage you to take 10 minutes tonight and to do all of this. All of it. Here's an article that we referenced earlier today. It's on CNBC. Trump calls for a credit card interest rate cap options. Consumers of credit tightens up amid a proposed 10% interest rate cap on credit cards. I will have that link inside the show notes. If you are a person and you're saying, Anthony, I want to get some negative things off of my credit, I personally use Credit Saint. You can go to anthonyoneal.com/credit help. Again, that is anthonyoneal.com/credit help. Choose either one you all want, y'all. But this is my number one choice when it comes to that. If you're saying, hey, Anthony, I want to start attacking my debt today, I have a free ebook on my website. Go to anthonyoneal.com. Click on free tools at the top. You'll see this. Come down here and click on the ultimate guide to pay off debt. When you click on that, you will see this. Just give me your first name and a valid email address, and we will mail you this free 50-page ebook tonight within a matter of 10 minutes. If you're saying, Anthony, I'm going to work the debt snowball, but I also need help with getting people, get some of these debts lowered. I owe $5,000 on one. I would love to get it down to maybe $2,500. Well, Freedom Debt Relief and Accredited are my two favorite companies for that. I would fill out an application tonight. Just fill out an application. They're not going to ask you for a Social Security card, Social Security number and or payment. They're going to just give you a, a free consultation, a free phone call, and let you know, hey, we can help you, or no, we cannot help you. All you got to do is go to anthonyoneal.com/debt relief, right? And then the last two things, I just brought them up today. Man, take action, y'all. Open up a high yield savings account. I don't care if you got two. Open up another one. Let's start using and utilizing the tools out there to help our money grow. That's anthonyoneal.com/savings and invest. Go to anthonyoneal.com/invest. Listen, as I close, I want to leave you with this. God didn't design you to be stuck in debt. God didn't design you to be living in stranded paycheck to paycheck. He designed you for freedom, for legacy, for abundance. But you have to take the first step. Don't let your zip code or your credit score decide your legacy. I want you to take action today. I want you to take action today and say, you know what? I'm going to change my family's tree. I am going to change my family's tree. Listen, I need y'all to mark this date down. Mark this date down. We're going to have more information about it for those of you all who are watching me live. February 10th. February 10th, I'm doing a free live masterclass called Stop Guessing with Your Money. I'm going to be walking you through how to get real structure around your finances so you're not wondering if you're on track. You're going to know. February 10th, put that on your calendar. It's going to be right around 7 o'clock at night. I'm finalizing all the details with my team now. But February 10th, I'm doing a free live event online, right? It's called Stop Guessing with Your Money. In the year 2026, we're gonna get out of the red and we're gonna get into the black. And at the end of that class, y'all, I got something special for you. You all are gonna be blown away. No, I'm not talking about no course. I ain't selling you no $1,000 course, $500 course, $299. No, I'm gonna be blessing my community with something that is going to help them every single day of their financial journey. But first, I want to give you a blueprint of how you can stop guessing with your money and how we can start taking control. February 10th, save that date. You'll see more information coming up soon. And I love you all. Thank you all so much for always tuning in. It's going to be amazing. Thank you, El Boogie. If you can do me a favor, if you enjoyed tonight's live, can you go ahead and hit that thumbs up before you leave? Share this with somebody. Don't forget February 10th. Just put a hold on your calendar. February 10th, 7 p.m. Only 45 minutes. Because we ain't selling no course or nothing like that, right? So we're not gonna be in there too long. But I just really feel led to help people because right around the end of this month to beginning of February, that's when people drop off from the goals. They started the first 2 weeks of January, like now, a lot of you all going hard. But some of you are going to get discouraged. So I want to come in right at the time you starting to feel discouraged and you start feeling like giving up. Nah, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. All right. It's your boy, Anthony O'Neal. Love you all. God bless you. I'll see you all tomorrow. Hey, y'all, tomorrow's show is going to be amazing. Make sure you tune in at 10 a.m. tomorrow. I'm teaching everyone how to make $1 million in Africa. How do I say this as I'm closing out this live? Oftentimes people miss out because we are delayed on getting to the things that we need to get to. Don't miss out on this one. So I'm going to be walking this through step by step on what you need to do to invest into Ghana and how it's been a blessing in my life and how Ghana is building me and building a 7-figure portfolio with a very small investment. All right. And I'll give y'all a heads up. Actually, as a matter of fact, I'll give it to y'all now. Yeah, I'll give it to you now. Hold on, let me see if I can find the link. Y'all, we're going to Ghana. My Ghana trip in November is sold out. It's sold out. All right. But y'all, I created a new trip. We're going for New Year's. I would love I haven't even announced this y'all yet. We're going to Ghana for New Year's this year. December 27th through January 2nd. We're going to Ghana. It's called Daddy December. Join me in Ghana for New Year's. We only have 45 slots. I just put the link inside of the description. Inside of the I'm not description. I will put it inside of the description. But I just put the link inside of the chat for those of y'all who are joining right now. Click on that link. If you want to go, it's $100 deposit. And you can choose if you want to share a room with someone. But this is, y'all, we gonna party. We gonna have a good time. And just go on TikTok and look up New Year's in Ghana. It's a vibe. But not only are we going to have a vibe, but we're also going to learn about investing, about real estate. I'm going to help you walk through goals on this Ghana trip. I'm going to help you come back to America, start off 2027 with a solid game plan and with structure and with wisdom and with guidance. But yo, it's going to be a vibe. Only got 40 seats. So we're going public with it tomorrow. If you click on that link, go ahead and get your deposits. Only $100. Lock it in before it goes live and join us in Ghana, in Africa for New Year's. We're going to party, we're going to learn, and we're going to grow. All right, y'all, I got to go. Peace. Shoot, I'm late.